Hello everybody and welcome to the Year 2 opening football season game, whatever you want to call it, here on the Wake Forest Dynasty. I'm your host, JMathis48. Thank you for tuning in. And today the Demon Deacons take on the UL Monroe Warhawks at UL Monroe. Week 1 action, 2014 season. Still not there to 2015, but we are getting closer. And the Wake Forest Demon Deacons look to open this season up with a victory. On paper, they are the favorite. Been in college football, you know, and you should already know, anything can and will happen. So Kirby Smart coaching his first game at UL Monroe, just like we were 1 year ago with the Demon Deacons. So let's get things started with a 3rd and 7. Braille Brown's going to find his tight end, Alec Osborne, here for a 9-yard reception on 3rd and 7, and that will lead to a Monroe Warhawk first down. So now on the 1st and 10 play, they line up. We've set our offense to the, the lesser of the two, not aggressive, but you know what I'm talking about. Not aggressive, but conservative, that's the word. So Excel clock, taking the play clock down. That's all going to be used on Wake Forest. Colby Harper, we'll have more on him later as he connects with Braille Brown on a first down. And then on a 2nd and 6, Braille Brown stiff arms Stevenson out the way, pushes him aside to run for a Warhawk 1st and goal. Now 2nd and goal after an incompletion. Braille Brown finds his boy Colby Harper again, this time for a touchdown. So Brown on the day, 7 for 10, a touchdown. And the Warhawks are out in front just 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the first quarter. PAT is up and good. With that first touchdown of the year, we have our first studio update of 2014. And that's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish beating Virginia Tech 37-20. Virginia Tech is number 15. How far will they drop to the loss to a very, very good Notre Dame team? Other games around the country, Clemson and Georgia battle top 15s. Clemson leads 7-0. And the Golden Eagles of Boston College win against UMass 35-0. Easy way to start week 1 for them. However, in the rain at UL Monroe, Wake Forest is trying to get something done. That's going to start with a 8-yard run by DeAndre Martin. After the departure of Josh Harris, he battled injury a quarter of the year, and it was just very, very tough for him to do anything. 2nd and 2, DeAndre Martin gets the ball, and he's going to run for a first down. Now, later on in the drive, Wake Forest steals the ball, 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Only 7-0, so Wake Forest defense doing really well. Martin will get that counter handoff. 3 yards only on that play, but that will set up 2nd and 7. And then on a 3rd and 2, after a 5-yard rush by Joshua Wilhite, Martin's going to get the ball, and he's going to cut inside just in time to get a first down. So now 3rd and 9 from the Warhawk 28-yard line. Cameron's going to run, and he's just going to throw it away. Best decision we could have made right there. Otherwise, taking a sack and getting out of field goal range. So Tyler Cameron taking over that quarterback spot. He comes in as a junior this year. He'll be looking to do some improvements. And another guy that stayed in with this team, Chad Headland. He's our kicker, remember, from year 1. Same punter, same kicker, nothing changed there. He boots a 45-yard plus field goal right there to get Wake Forest on the board, 7-3. So now Braille Brown's turn to react, and he does a job here, but the receiver just cannot get his 1 foot inbounds in NFL. It's 2, college it's 1. Still didn't happen either way, and the Demon Deacons defense comes up again. So Demon Deacons looking really strong, only allowed 81 yards. If you followed the series through all of year 1, you knew we had trouble every single game allowing absurd amount of points to even teams like Syracuse or Boston College or even Duke for the matter. So nice to see a Wake Forest defense is coming in strong so far, even though we're only about a quarter into the first game of the second year. It's really nice to see. So now 1st and 10 for the Demon Deacons. It's going to be a handoff to DeAndre Martin. He gains 9 right there, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Goes second quarter, DeAndre Martin, 3rd and 2, cuts back again. And it's yet another 3rd down conversion for the Demon Deacons and DeAndre Martin on the ground. 9 rushes, 42 yards, no touchdowns as of yet. 1st and 10 now, just under 9 minutes to go. 10-minute quarter plays here on the Wake Forest Dynasty. It's going to be a slip screen to DeAndre Martin, but he's not going to get very far. Tries to spin wave, probably could have kept running and got even further. However, he spun, and it's loss of 2. After an incompletion, we're going to go 4 verticals. Tyler Cameron has to dump it off to DeAndre Martin, and he's going to lose another 2 yards. So this time it's the Warhawks defense coming up strong. Tyler Cameron, only 12 yards as you see on the bottom of your screen to this point. 1 quarter in and just about 3 minutes into the first half or the second quarter. So now Alex Kina will be called on to punt. It's a good punt down at the 13-yard line, maybe the 12 where they roll it. And that's where the Monroe Warhawks will start their drive. However, they couldn't get anything going. Wake Forest defense prevails. And with 30 seconds left in the first half with 2 timeouts, Wake Forest hits Megatron Wake Forest version Matt James for about 2 yards. So no huddle time, trying to get close as possible. Maybe a touchdown, but you see here play calling not planned at all. So Tyler Cameron looking at the sidelines. He's wasting time. 10 seconds. PA boot. We're going to dump it off to Anthony Rook here. He's going to get 6 yards, but with only 5 seconds left, we're not going to chance it. And we will take a field goal, hopefully, by Chad Headland and this special teams. So 5 seconds to go. 3rd and 2. Nothing fancy. Just a routine field goal. And it's up and good. So at halftime, the Demon Deacons are going to be down 7-6 to the UL Monroe Warhawks. Kickoff now for the 3rd quarter and the beginning of the 2nd half. Brandon Terry takes it, and he's got room all the way to the 43-yard line. And here's an offense at a glance for the Warhawks. 139 yards on 23 plays, 7 points and 7 first downs. Wake Forest, 8 first downs. Less yards, only about 115, and clearly 6 points on not really a balanced offensive between pass and rush. So they need to work on passing. How about that pass to Daniel Vogelsang, excuse me, for a first down. That leads Tyler Cameron out again. It's going to be looking like a pass, but we sum it up as a run. HB draw. Maybe we should have passed because DeAndre Martin lost 3 on that carry. Mad as he should be. Michael Johnson on the tackle for the Warhawks. See there, came straight up the middle, unblocked, and no one wanted anything to do with him. So now after Wake Forest 3 and out, it's UL Monroe's turn. 3rd and inches, and we just give it up to a man named Courtney Davis. You'll see more of him later on. How about this? 2nd and 3. Braille Brown finds Cook, the backup tight end. That's Tony Cook, down to the 3-yard line, or the 4. They roll at the 4, so now it's 1st and goal, UL Monroe. Still 7-6, so defense playing key, but let's see if Wake Forest can stop the run. You see, they see all the Warhawks shifted over to the left, but they can't get there in time. And it's a touchdown, Courtney Davis. One of many you will see later on. But for right now, it's 13-6, UL Monroe. 3:58 in the 3rd quarter. PAT pending, and the kick is up. And it is good. So 14-6, UL Monroe. 3:58, 3rd quarter action. Defense holding strong still for Wake Forest. 3rd and 3. Wanted a mid-screen to Brandon Terry, but Ray Stovall right there, and Terry was not looking. So 4th and 3 from the 45. We're way too far out to even attempt a field goal. And it's 4th and 3. So we're not going to chance it. So send on Alex Kina. Punts it away, but this will land at the 24-yard line. Not a good punt at all for the Demon Deacons punter, who was in the top 10 last year in punting for net yards and attempts of punt per game. So one of those we need to keep down on, and one of those we should get numbers risen up a little bit more. So now UL Monroe's turn, and here's what I was talking about. Courtney Davis makes 3 to 4 Demon Deacons miss. How about number 5 breaks a tackle all the way and around, and that's actually Devontae McNeil. My apologies. Courtney Davis was the backup. Devontae McNeil's the first string, and he takes it all the way 81 yards. So, back-to-back scores for the Warhawks, 14 unanswered. Wake Forest has to answer something quick. Speaking of answering, how about Georgia Clemson, that battle of the top 15 teams in the nation? Georgia leads at 15-14 with 10 minutes to go. You see the stats there. Pause if you want to read a little bit more, but we have to get back to Wake Forest game here and see if they can do anything. So with a minute left, 1 minute, 1 second left, how about Williams on the kick return? We just had that big run by the Warhawks, but how about this return by Williams? Takes it all the way down to the 19-yard line. And there's a glance at the team defense for the Warhawks. Buck 61 on the ground. Absolutely stifling the defense. But right here, it's going to be DeAndre Martin squeaking into the end zone. Finds that A-hole. And there you go. Gets it in right there. Touchdown Wake Forest. The A-gap. Whatever you want to call it. Don't take it wrong. And it's 21-13 now, UL Monroe. So Wake Forest only down 8. Still needs that 2-point conversion if they ever get the ball back. And how about Cook? Again, wide open backup tight end. Played the wide receiver role right there, getting wide open. And on 3rd and 8, how about this defensive play by our safety? Came up at the right time and just tipped it away. Would have been short anyway, but good to see. Still fighting. However, the Warhawks will settle for a field goal, and it's 24-14, or 24-13, excuse me, with just above 7 minutes left. Let's go back to the Clemson-Georgia game. Wake Forest wants to see Clemson lose. They are in the ACC and in the same division in the conference, so it'd be nice to see Clemson lose, but right now, 6 minutes left. They are up by 2 over the Bulldogs at Georgia, 17-15. Let's go back to Wake Forest. 3rd and 10. Tyler Cameron sacked on the play. He would only have 4 sacks on him the entire game. Obviously not what you want to see, but you got to take what you can get, I guess. It's a lot better than what our old quarterback did. And I'm saying old quarterback because I can't remember his name. That is embarrassing, but having an off season, you'll forget some things, and that's one of them. So Wake Forest settles on a field goal, but UL Monroe right down to the other end of the field. 5 minutes left, 2nd and goal. If Wake Forest holds them to a field goal, it still might be out of reach. So what we need here is a fumble, hit stick, strip the ball, do whatever you need to do to get that football in your hands for the Wake Forest team wearing white and black and gold. But McNeil is going to do it again. Devontae McNeil's 2nd touchdown right there that we've shown you. I believe he finishes with 4 on the day, just like the other guy in Madden 16 on the Colts franchise named LaShawn McCoy. So, studio update, final one of the day. Clemson defeats Georgia 17-15. So with that in mind, Wake Forest more than likely is going to go down 0-1 and lose the game to Clemson and UL Monroe, but we got to stay positive. And with 4:34 on 1st and goal, Tyler Cameron rolls out the pocket. And is that pass interference or not? I want to see your comments. The defender looked like he just stood there and stopped Johnson from his route. So, thought pass interference call should have been called, but it was not. See there, Tyler Cameron, 20 for 30 on the day. Let's try and go 21-31. And it's going to happen. Anthony Rook squeaks into the corner of the end zone for a Wake Forest touchdown. However, with just 4:26 left, they need to go for 2 right here and then get the ball back with a great defensive stop. So let's see if we can just convert the 2-point conversion first as we take a look at that replay, trying to decide what we want to pick. You see there, we finally go with an option, and Tyler Cameron's looking, and he has to throw it, but Anthony Rook was not looking. And with that 2-point conversion failure, UL Monroe would drive down the field, waste all of Wake Forest's timeouts. Defense did not hold in the second half clearly. It was 7-6 going into half. Something changed, something happened. No injuries though, and Wake Forest comes out a loser. Devontae McNeil 2 touchdowns, not 4. And I think it was the other guy that had 2 other touchdowns. So Wake Forest, keys to week 1, stop that run. Guys, that's going to do it for week 1 here. Hope you enjoyed, even though we lost 34-22. If you did enjoy, 5 likes greatly appreciated. We'll be back in week 2, hopefully with a win. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you are new or a returning subscriber. I thank all of you guys for your support. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.